Hey Etalkers, and welcome to a special Halloween episode of Etalk, covering the latest celebrity gossip, talking about our favorite Halloween movies, and going through some of our favorite celebrity Halloween costumes. Stay tuned for that and more on this episode of Etalk. Welcome to this week's Celebrity Gossip Recap. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. I think we have to start off with Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Eras tour movie.
Yeah. Elephant in the Room. I mean,
have you seen it?
No, I'm seeing it tomorrow night.
Okay, because I haven't seen it yet either,
excited.
and I feel fake because my roommate saw it, a bunch of my friends from home saw it, and they said it's so good.
That's what my cousin said. She was like, it was amazing.
And I think it's fun for people who didn't get to go to the tour because they can feel like they're there. But then for people who did,
it's fun to see it again and like, oh, I forgot this happened.
Except they take out the Archer cardigan and No Body, No Crime.
Like, come on.
Which I don't know how to think. There's also a controversy going on with the people in the audience. How do you feel about people like singing and dancing in the shows?
So I have mixed thoughts because I get it. It's a concert, but it's also like we're watching it in theaters now.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like you said, people that didn't get to go are going to see it. So it is kind of annoying when someone's like standing in front of. But I also think it's also fun too that like, because it's a fun thing, like to go like you're at the concert again. I don't know. I feel like both views, but
I feel like I have to see it to like understand the vibe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm the type of person who's probably gonna like mouth the words, and then when there's like big parts, everybody says them together, and it's fun.
No, yeah.
But then
100%.
you see the TikTok videos where there's like the circle dancing, and
and
it looks culty.
Like, oh god, like I like hope. I don't think
people who brought chairs for Vigilante.
No, but like that, I'm like, wow. I don't think that like maybe it's just like so new. Maybe people won't be doing it anymore. I don't know.
Maybe it was like the people who got tickets first day.
Yeah, I think that was probably just like so exciting and people just want to do it. But I don't know.
No,
Mixed
also
reviews.
Beyonce at the premiere.
Yes.
I thought that was photoshopped. I swear, I was like, I feel like I've never seen them interact. They've been in multiple places at the same time, but they're both so big.
Yeah. That like.
And she went.
I know.
To her premiere. I'm like, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, it's kind of like burying the like invisible hatchet that was there, that the fandoms were like plotting them against
like,
each
tension.
other. And I think it was beyond, like, I feel like it was a mature move by Beyonce because she's, a mom, and she's like, hey, we both have fans, like
why
we
can't
support
we be
each
friends?
other.
Yeah.
And I guarantee Taylor's probably gonna go to hers now too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that'll be interesting. And the boomerang, they had to add the millennial in with the popcorn. Because I remember I hadn't gone on Twitter or Instagram in like a day, and I was stressing out, and I opened it, I'm like, Beyonce? I was like, what?
Crazy, but iconic.
Another Taylor update, again, our bi-monthly Taylor Travis update.
Yes.
They went public.
Yes, they did.
They like
very public.
It's not even like they're in the restaurant, paparazzi photo, like they're holding hands.
Walking out together, taking their time, not running to the car, which is what her and Joe would do.
I think it's hilarious how they plotted him against Joe, because everybody was like, we want Joe back, we want Joe back. Yeah. Especially with like Maddie Healy. They were like, oh Joe.
100%.
And then the second Travis the second Travis is there, they're like, F Joe Owen.
Because like, you're starting to see it more, you're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so fun to see all the content though. I'm like, oh, every day I scroll. I'm like,
no, it is. He talked about her on the podcast today.
Oh my God, did he?
Because it's honestly, everybody's like, Jason's doing God's work, his brother, because he's like, so when you're with Taylor, like, do you feel like a security guard? Because it's like at the point where it's like, she probably doesn't need as many.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Oh yeah.
He's taller than her. He's like bigger.
Strong, like he could probably beat someone up.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. Like you said, he's holding the bag, and also the one thing is, of course, I feel like slow news days, like then you look in and like Daily Mail and TMZ is like, you can see like lipstick on Travis Kelce. It's like insinuating they're kissing.
It's like, okay, well, they're dating.
Yeah, like, it's like, why are you writing an article about that? Like, that's
just
weird.
Like release the photos, it's fine. Like,
that's all we want to see is the paparazzi photos. I wasn't loving her outfits. Like, I think the first, because she showed up at SNL with him, which was crazy too. Because that was Pete Davidson hosted SNL with Ice Spice, who like they have this friendship since Karma came out, and Taylor went and introduced her second song. And Travis was in a skit that was referring about like the him and Taylor stuff. So they went there, and her outfit for that was really cute. But I think it was a dinner they went to a couple nights ago. She had like a flower mesh top.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite.
And it just wasn't my favorite. But I don't know. She always looks cute.
Yeah. She slays in some way.
The big part, and I think this was today, someone interviewed Donna Kelsey. So, of course, she has like the famous jersey that has like both Jason and Travis's. I don't know how to interpret it, but somebody was bringing up Taylor, of course, to her. And she goes like,
yes, I saw this.
And I was like, okay, because obviously she's met the mom and the dad at the games.
Yeah.
So was it because people are saying, was it I'm not supposed to say anything kind of eye roll, or was it I don't really like her eye roll?
I got the vibe that she didn't really like her.
That's what I thought too. But then I read comments and I was like, oh, it could be that. But also they're so public. Why wouldn't she just be like, oh yeah, it's fun?
Yeah, it's kind of, I thought it was really odd, and I was like, oh.
Because I think it's interesting is that the dynamic where it's like she's going to compare her to Jason's wife.
Oh, that's actually so true.
Like,
but also, it is just still so, like,
so
early
new.
On.
I'm honestly surprised that they're saying they're dating, because it is so soon.
So, but even for her, like, his mother, like make a comment kind of like that, I don't know, it's like new too. Like, you've only met her a few times. I don't know.
No, interesting. We'll see. Big thing I just saw before I came here. He's saying he wants to go on tour with her. So when she's on the international dates, he's gonna go with her.
Oh wow!
Which I'm like, we didn't hear it word for word, but like it was multiple outlets that were saying that, and I'm like, okay. So I know she starts in November, because this is when we thought it was gonna fizzle out, because he's gonna be doing football.
Yeah.
She's gonna be touring, but I guess after, if they make it to the Super Bowl, after whenever the season's over,
he'll be joining her on tour.
He'll be joining her.
Wow. That'd be kind of crazy.
Which also, like, him showing that support so early, because you know that Joe was so against that also.
Yeah, like, never really went
not
into it.
I'm excited about it. I love seeing the new content. Like, it's fun. It like, reminds me of, like, early 2010s kind of content with, like, because it's just, like, fun with, like, them going out instead of her. She was so secretive for 7 years. Yeah. With him.
Like, no one, like, never saw them not together. There's, like, 3 photos of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun to see new content every day.
It is. Yeah, I mean, back to Ice Spice and Pete Davidson. It was interesting because Pete dug a lot at himself, which I know is his humor. But him coming back from rehab and hosting SNL, and Madeline Klein was there at the after party. It was like her, Pete, Ice Spice, Taylor, Travis, like all of them. What a crew. So I don't know if that's them really going public, but it's kind of like, okay, they're seeing each other.
Out together, yeah.
And Ice Spice was just like there, and it was funny.
Oh, she's such a queen.
I know. And Trisha Paytas dressed up like her. Did you see that? Trisha's already doing Halloween costumes. Oh, wow. And her first one was Ice Spice. And everybody's like, she won Halloween already. And people are like, no, that's Miss Dabney. Yeah. Like, she looks like Mrs. Dabney instead of Ice Spice. Because of, like, the outfit she was wearing. It was so funny. But Pete also did, like, a I'm Just Ken spoof.
Oh, yeah. I saw
I'm Just
that.
Pete. Where it's like, I feel like it's funny because, like, he just likes to dig at himself. And, like, he looked healthier. I think so.
I agree.
So hopefully he's doing good. Speaking of health and sharing updates, Britney Spears' memoir. Yeah. Not even out yet. And there's so much going on.
Yeah. I mean, she's been on a social media, like, rampage, too. Just posting whatever she wants.
I know. My aunt and I have this thing where we send each other, like, videos that we're slightly concerned about, which is more frequent than you would think. Yeah. The knife gate was really scary. Yeah. She was like, guys, don't worry, they're prompter and set knives. I'm like, Brittany, why do you have them? Why are you using them?
I don't even know. It's concerning.
It is. But I don't know, because at first I'm like, is this a ghostwriter book? Like, how is this? Is this her team that she wasn't working with?
I can see that.
It does seem like, because Michelle Williams is doing the audiobook, and she, I think, voiced her support for Britney during the Free Britney movement, so it makes me think that this is actually, I mean, Britney definitely didn't write it, but the stuff that's being said
probably she's like, I want to talk about
Britney.
This. Yeah.
Lots of Justin Timberlake bombshells, because the day before it all happened, I saw something that was like, Justin Timberlake is apparently worried about Britney's memoir. Next day, like, all this crazy stuff happened. Like, her saying that he cheated on her with another famous celebrity. She won't say the name because now she has a family. Which, like, respect for Britney, but also we want the tea.
Yeah, like, you're giving a little bit and you're taking away. Just go away.
Also, apparently he made her get an abortion.
Which
makes everybody listen to Every Time, her song, differently.
Yeah.
Also, she destroyed him about Cry Me a River because there's that look-alike that looks like her. And she's like, he made me look like a homewrecker in this when he's the one who cheated.
Yeah.
She also made some weird comments about his body that she kind of was like,
pretty.
I was like, okay, give us the tea, I guess. But it was kind of funny. And then what else has she said? I mean, she destroys her dad, of course. Yeah. And saying the Diane Sawyer interview, like after her and Justin broke up, was like one of her breaking points. Oh, yeah. She also talked about shaving her head. And all this has come out, and the book's coming out next week. Like, I will be reading it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's been through so much. So it's like, I'm excited to like get her take on it.
They are saying that she's not going to do an interview anymore, which everybody was saying she was going to do like an Oprah, which I feel like that would have been, like, she doesn't need promotion. Like, this is already like getting promotion enough. But like, if she was able, it's the thing again where we're all sitting here, like, she hasn't been out and said anything. Like, stuff's getting released, but like, we haven't heard from her. Yeah, it's all very secretive.
It does make it seem like it's her team doing it and not
her. Because we still, like, she is free, but like, who's on her team? Like, what's going on?
Is she really free?
Like, her dynamic with her family's on and off. Like, it's just very strange. And I assumed when she was free that it would all go back to the way it was.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not. So people are just still a little worried.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to hear what she has to say.
Me too. A memoir that I was not excited about was Jada Pinkett Smith's because every time she comes up in an article, it's something about being like, I'm not married, but I am to Will Smith.
Like, I'm so over her.
Like, I think everybody's over her. Everybody's been over Red Table Talk because they haven't had an interesting guest in how many years since Jordan Woods. And that was like their last interesting one. And I think it's just her trying to get clout because she always has to bring up Tupac too. Yeah, and it's like because I'm like, okay, you're married to Will Smith and you're bringing up your ex all the time who has passed. Like, you have to bring him up all the time. She's saying that, like, her and Will Smith haven't been married for, like, 7 years. And, like,
but, like, you are, though.
And she says she's, like, a modern-day nun where she, like, abstains from everything. And we're like, we didn't ask.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like she's just really just, like, clout chasing and just trying to be in the spotlight all the time. And it's like, girl,
everybody on Twitter is like, she has not done a single thing that has made any of us want to hear any of this. So, like, stop her. Same with, like, Taylor Lautner hosted an Eras movie party and started doing flips, and people are like, get this man a job.
Like, why?
He needs to stop doing flips. Like, why?
Literally, like,
you're like, imagine you're going to see the Eras Tour movie and Taylor Lautner's doing flips in the front.
That'd be crazy. But I'd be like, whoa, I don't know, I kind of want to be there. I feel like that'd be fun, but still, fun. Like, what?
It's to the point where it's like they're saying he's the Liam Payne of her ex-boyfriends, where it's like he keeps using the clout now.
He is using the clout. Which everyone, like, he's like the favorite ex.
Yeah, because like, everyone likes him, but now he's taking that everyone likes him and using it to promote it too much. I'm like, now you're pushing a little. Yeah, like, get a job again, please.
Get a job. But no, I'm not really, like, Jada, I don't really care.
Yeah. Something I do care about, Niall Horan on The Voice. Yeah. I mean, I don't watch The Voice, but I like seeing all the TikTok clips.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I think that's what it is. Like, I think that's good that they have a presence on TikTok because people who have short attention spans like me. That was the one thing, like, I tried watching a couple seasons of The Voice years ago, and it's so long. Like, they also, the thing I liked about American Idol when I used to watch it was they would do, like, a minute of the song.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, The Voice does the full song, and it's, like, boring unless you love the show. And like I watched X Factor when Louis Tomlinson was on there. I was committed because X Factor was interesting. They had characters, but The Voice, like, I just like seeing clips of Niall. Yeah. And I think this is his last season for a while because he's going on tour.
Oh yeah, the show, right?
So yes, I'm seeing that next year. I'm so excited. But Reba replaced Blake, which I think is a great fit. Like,
I agree.
I haven't met a single person who doesn't like Reba. I feel like she's like, if Dolly Parton's the queen, she's like the princess of country.
Yeah, and you also need like a personality. Like, he was like a big like personality.
He was.
On that
it was
show.
Always him versus Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Which, like, I think Adam left at the right time because now nobody likes him. But then it was like, okay, now then it was like Blake and Niall.
Yeah.
Because like Blake and Gwen are obviously together, and then Kelly Clarkson's still on there. Everybody likes her. Like, and then Ariana was on there for this season.
Yeah.
Which that's when John Legend. They're always switching. Like, Miley was on there for a season. It used to be Christina Aguilera like, for a while. It was Shakira. Like, it's almost weird. Like, people say they get these big names, but it's like when they're kind of going through a flop era.
Yeah, so like they need to get. It's like low-key, I feel like that's what people do with Dancing with the Stars as well.
Yep.
They need to get back
the promo
up there.
Like Harry Jowsey again. Yeah. Again, we brought this up last time, but like pulling the relationship with the 18-year-old is still really weird.
And it's like they're doing it a lot.
It's a lot. Even more. It's like they're saying it on the show now. They're making the comments.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, and like everything they're posting too. I'm like, wait. Let's not forget she's 18.
I know.
I mean, they look great together, but it's like, wait, they're 18. Like,
yeah, because it's the fact, like, 18. I know it's all over her social media because I get it. Like, this is the first job she's really done.
Yeah. And
but it's like, it looks on there and it looks like they're dating because it's all these pictures of him. And I think he's just kind of eating up the clout.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Because I think he's honestly surprised that he got accepted. Because, like, I think they must have been slow for the season because the fact they have him and Lele Pons on it. Like, who wasn't accepting Dancing with the Stars? They had to add 2 random people on there. Because, I mean, I'm not watching it, but I'm assuming Lele Pons is extremely annoying on it.
Yeah, she's like fine. I watch the clips on TikTok because I'm like.
See, I haven't seen any of those. I just have the voice ones come up.
Oh yeah, I just like get all like the Dancing with the Stars and I just like watch it a little bit. She seems like fine, but she's not like amazing at like dancing. Like Jason Mraz.
He's surprisingly really good.
Yeah, he's like the best one.
But I know he wasn't at the top of the leaderboard. It was
Xochitl Gomez. And she was in a Marvel movie.
Everybody kind of doesn't like her either because she also uses the Marvel clout for everything.
Yeah.
But she turns her comments off. So people like roasting her because they're like, okay, if you're gonna do it, take it.
No, like,
but she's younger than us.
Yeah, she's
so
like
it's like mostly a teen.
So it's like but it's also like you're like young, like our age. Like I would eat that up too. Like I would like.
Like I understand it. I mean, to end our Halloween segment here, I have to bring up Disney Plus.
Yes.
And their Monstober Halloween section that they did. They listened to people's tips online because it's so convenient.
To just go and pick any episode I want to watch.
Because I was, during fall break, I was like, I just want to watch Monstober episodes.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to bring me joy. And my friend was like, oh, they have a section now.
Yeah.
Like, what? So you go in there. They don't have all the episodes, though, which is annoying because I had to look up. I wanted to watch, they had one Jessie one, the Shining spoof one, the whining one.
Oh, my God.
And then I was like, but I want to watch the other ones.
Yeah.
Like the Ghostbusters one with, like, Mrs. Chesterfield. Like, I was watching that. And then the Ant Farm and Austin and Ally. I was like, this is so bringing me back.
It just makes me feel like a child again.
But I was sitting there and I was like, I get all of the other stuff is all, like, Disney Channel acting, but then when you're watching Good Luck Charlie, I'm like, now I get why my family liked that.
It's funny. My mom loves Good Luck Charlie.
My family loved
funny
because they just like the acting was
it's
good
just, like,
and it was
sassy and like snappy. It's just like great. It's just so good.
I know, and like Amy was the best.
I know. Oh my God, my mom ate her up.
Yeah,
I loved her.
It's so good.
But yeah, that's all the updates we have time for today. Next up, we'll be talking about some Halloween movies, so don't go anywhere.
Hey Etalkers! Halloween is right around the corner, so let's talk about our favorite Halloween movies.
It's hard to pick a favorite, but when I think of Halloween, I always think of Corpse Bride. I love the Tim Burton animation. I would say that it's probably better than Coraline. I don't know.
Hot take.
It is a hot take. I know Coraline is a fan favorite. However, I think Corpse Bride is better. I love the storyline between Victor and Emily and Sally. Obviously, it has Sally's song.
It does.
Which is lovely and beautiful, and it makes me happy. But I miss this movie era. I miss like the old, like kind of scary, like I was young and I thought this was like the peak of scary movies.
I thought Coraline was horror.
I thought Coraline was horror. I saw it in the theater twice.
I still think it is. I'm not gonna lie. You'll see with my movie pick in a second. That's probably why.
I haven't seen either.
Really?
No, I watched like Cannibal Holocaust as a kid.
Oh,
yeah.
Probably a little scarier than Corpse Bride.
I probably same.
You think?
Nah, Spookly the Square Pumpkin. That shit, I looked it up. 3.5 hour runtime it claims on Google.
Really?
Yeah.
I think actually I have seen that one.
I thought it was like 20 minutes.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, time does fly.
When you're having fun.
Yes, when you're having fun, it does. When you're watching Corpse Bride. That's my pick.
That's your pick? My pick would have to be Girl vs. Monster. There will be no horror flicks coming from me. So this stars Olivia Holt and Luke Benward, as seen in Cloud 9. Have you seen Cloud 9?
No.
Well, it's cinema. It's cinema. Truly.
Are you a Disney Channel original movie fan?
No.
You've never seen High School Musical?
No.
Oh.
I'm a straight guy. What are you?
That's a different segment.
But it's the prime Disney era. It's the golden era of Disney.
Truly.
15-year-old Skylar attempts to disobey her parents to go to a Halloween party, Cindy May. Cuts the power. Haven't we all? Truly. Except she cuts the power and unleashes a monster on the town. It's not so much the plot that gets us. It's really Luke Benward that like
truly
pulls me in for the Halloween movie. Yeah, I stayed for him. And some hit songs. Had Me at Hello, Fearless. Still in my playlist to this day.
Absolutely. It is not
We're
Halloween
gonna be
if we're
repeated.
not playing that on the way to a pumpkin patch.
Oh, God. We need to go to a pumpkin patch.
We do need to go to a pumpkin patch. It wouldn't be Halloween without
It
it.
wouldn't, truly.
Square pumpkin.
That's your pick?
No, it's not my pick. No, I haven't seen that movie in 15 years.
What's your pick?
Ooh. Shining.
Classic.
Classic. It is. I was forced into 5 minutes of that movie.
Only 5 minutes?
I couldn't. It's not for me. It's a little.
The first 5 minutes is just the credits.
It's true.
Somewhere in the middle.
You didn't last long.
Somewhere. No, I didn't.
Do you like The Shining more than Scream?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I think Scream's overrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Scream is classic.
I have
It's funny.
I have a friend who
Drew
she
Barrymore?
claims she loves horror. She's only seen the first Scream movie and the Five Nights at Freddy's games.
Really?
I tried to show her Alien.
Okay.
In her defense, the Five Nights at Freddy's game is.
The Five Nights at Freddy's lore is a whole different story.
I would
Truly.
say that's scary.
The new
truly.
movie is coming out as well.
Oh Lord.
I think it comes out the same day as 1989, Taylor's version.
What's that?
I'll obviously be busy
Taylor
then.
Swift
Oh,
album. However,
poor man.
Scream, I don't know, I just feel like Scream, when I think Halloween movie, I think of Scream, but I haven't seen any of the other ones other than the first one. But I know they keep making them.
Yeah.
I think they just came out with a new one, actually.
Yeah, they're just rehashing the same story.
Really?
Yeah.
I can
I
get
mean,
on.
somehow they're making it work though.
They're making it work. Yeah.
They are.
Truly.
I think Courtney Cox is in them, too. I
Really?
would watch anything Courtney Cox did.
Well, yeah, she. Oh, I love her.
Monica
I can
Geller?
go. Monica Geller. I feel her. I feel her.
Truly.
Truly. Do you want to get to your second one?
My second pick was going to be The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I just think it's a classic. You can never go wrong for those that don't like horror. You can always count on
It's a classic.
The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. However, in trying to come up with the plot of it, I couldn't. There truly is no plot.
I wouldn't say it's about the plot. It's about just like the
It is a good
feeling. It's
time.
nostalgia.
It is,
Really.
truly.
Like
I would watch
Snoopy.
that right along with Corpse
What's
Bride.
the bird? Do you know the bird's name?
Woodstock. I had to think on
Woodstock.
that. Yeah.
Woodstock, yes.
I like
watched
their
it the other day.
subplot.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
You have the trick-or-treating and then the subplot of Vietnam War. It's crazy.
Any film
That
that
is
can
a
cross
great
those two gets a round of applause and a spot on the list, I feel.
It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to do.
It is
And
a
I
hard thing
think
to
it's
do.
just like they manage it so perfectly.
Yeah.
Effortlessly,
They
some
do.
may say.
I'm going to celebrate Snoopy on Veterans Day this year. For the
We
war.
all are.
Yeah.
As we all should. My next two picks, they're not movies, they're TV shows. First, Helga Ween from
Liv and Maddie.
Liv and Maddie. Magical Amulet, A Third Sister. That's really all you need to
Absolutely.
know.
Yes.
But I mean, it's just so well done. But I wanted to bring this up because someone told me the other day that they just learned that Dove Cameron plays both sisters. And that, to me, it honestly scared me.
I feel we are getting old.
I feel we're getting old, but also like our generation, like that's just a scary thought. It's a
Truly.
sobering reality
Yes.
that someone doesn't know that Dove Cameron plays
I
both.
think Liv and Maddie also gets a round of applause because they were able to emulate three tropes. They were able to emulate Liv, who is the girly girl. They were able to emulate Maddie, who is the more tomboy, and then Helga, who was a monster, a truly like a Wolverine. And I think that gets a round of applause.
Women truly can be anything they want in
Women
this
can
world.
be anything,
And
and Liv
you
and
know
Maddie
what?
taught us that.
Helga Ween taught me that.
It did,
Oh God, see, this is why you have to tap into Disney Channel.
truly.
I learned the same thing from Barbie.
Oh.
Yeah.
For another day, we'll
another
get into
day.
that. My next pick, Mute Ant Farm. China Anne McClain as Medusa. Need I say more than that? I mean,
What more could you want?
what more could you ever want, really? It's ahead of its time, this episode. It really, it plays on a lot of social commentary. Of course, the monsters are the freshmen, now feared by the seniors. Really a role reversal.
Truly.
And China Anne McClain, her usual, brings everyone together. She's inviting them to the Halloween dance. She is
was.
there.
Olive was there. Fletcher was there.
Oh, Fletcher.
They all were there, despite their differences.
Despite their differences. And at the end of the day, Disney Channel does that.
Truly. Once again.
Do you have a second pick?
The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Tell us about that.
Never heard of it.
You haven't heard of it?
No?
A group of, you have Arctic researchers who one of them is infected and they have to figure out which one it is as they slowly are killed off.
Interesting pick.
Yeah.
We'll have to tap in.
We'll have to
I'll
tap
put
in.
it on my list.
I don't know what tap in means.
Oh.
Another segment.
Okay, thank you. I'm looking forward to that segment.
That wraps up our top Halloween picks. Let us know your favorite Halloween movie in the comments.
I'm Lily Galvin.
And I'm Sydney Holmes.
Welcome to Celeb Costume Corner.
To tap in or to not tap in?
That is the question today.
Lily and I have picked some of our favorite Halloween costumes from celebrities over the years, and we're going to be telling you guys if we would tap in or if we wouldn't tap in.
Okay, first we have Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas's Addams Family costume. It's a cultural moment.
Very fitting for the time.
It's very fitting, and as a tall woman, I feel very represented, but I just have to say, like, he is just there.
I feel as if Sophie Turner did the world a service when she took short boys off the market.
That was so well said.
Thank you.
And you know what, like, as I said, it's a cultural moment. Wednesday came out last year, and have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Why have you not tapped in?
I can't get past Jenna Ortega moving from Jane the Virgin to, what was she on then? Oh, You, and then on to Wednesday. I can't see past her playing a young Jane Villanueva.
Me neither. But I just think it's just like so beautifully done. We have the dress, the leg, Gomez and Morticia. It's beautiful. I would do it. I would tap in. Would you tap in?
I don't know if I could tap in. Oh. I'm not tall. I wouldn't be able to pull it off. I would have to be the Gomez to
Do I want a short man?
Morticia.
Oh God, I don't know the answer. That one is up for debate. That one is up for debate. We cannot decide on that one. Let's move on.
Okay, it's impossible to talk about Halloween without talking about Harry Styles dressing as Elton John. I believe this was for the Casamigos Halloween party in 2018. A cultural reset, fun for the whole family. Everyone who is anyone has seen Elton John iconically sporting his Dodgers jersey, which he wore when he performed at the Dodgers Stadium. And I feel that Harry Styles was the perfect person to take on this take of the iconic costume.
He's
Who
just
better?
so cute.
No one else could pull this off.
No one. Well, someone tried. Someone tried to pull it off.
And that is JoJo Siwa.
That is JoJo Siwa.
And JoJo Siwa, she cannot pull that off.
It couldn't do the same thing. They were doing different things. They're different people. This is fun for the whole family, as you said.
As I did. JoJo Siwa cannot compare.
She cannot compare. And it's not her fault. It's not her fault.
It's not her fault, but it is her problem. I fear.
Well said. Well said, Sydney Mae.
I fear. But I'm most excited for your next one, if you would like to.
Thank you. Kristen Stewart as a bloody baseball player. I find this lazy. I find it boring. But yeah, reminiscent
Of a simpler time.
A simpler time, which we'll tap into right now. First, I'd like to say we see the crew neck top, the pinstripe pants combo, the fake blood. That's why I'm calling it lazy and boring. But the baseball thunder scene, that is what it's very reminiscent of. A simpler time of Twilight. And an iconic scene. It's fall-esque, it's cinematic. You have, oh my God, the haze, the blue, the sepia.
I feel the only thing
it just brings me back to Twilight.
I feel the only thing that could make it better is if whatever show Kristen Stewart was sporting this on was met with the winter limelight.
God.
The ambiance of the blue and the cold tones.
You know what? No one can do that high kick.
No.
No one can do that high kick like she can.
No, it's like how JoJo Siwa cannot be Harry Styles.
Some things just don't work.
They don't.
At the end of the day.
No.
Let's move on.
I would not be able to talk about Halloween costumes if I wasn't able to bring up at least one Kardashian or Jenner. And obviously I would choose Kylie Jenner as the Bride of Frankenstein. She truly can wear anything.
And she proves it again and again.
Again and again, time and time again. I think that she and Kendall Jenner are always my most anticipated Halloween costumes of the year. Every time without fail. However, I am waiting for a Timothée Chalamet Frankenstein post.
Oh, Lord.
If I'm not fed with that in the next 2 weeks, I will be upset. Just a little.
Is he too Frankenstein?
He should be.
I feel like he's like kind of small and feeble. Would he be?
I would say he's quite frail.
Is he the monster? I would say he's frail.
I would say he's frail, but
I feel like Mad
Scientist. You wouldn't want that
Scientist.
couple costume?
Oh, is she, okay. Kylie is the monster. He is the Mad Scientist.
Yes.
That makes sense to me.
However,
and it's like that's not a couple's costume I would personally do.
Okay.
But I feel like it makes sense for them. The
Surely.
combo.
I think so. I think as long as I'm fed with some sort of hard launch Kylie Jenner, Timothée Chalamet couples costume.
We haven't gotten a hard launch.
No, I feel like Halloween
God.
might be the time.
I think it would be a missed opportunity.
A missed opportunity.
To not tap in.
Especially for how big the Kardashians and Jenners are in Halloween. I feel it's very fitting.
I agree.
But we'll see.
We'll see if we get lucky. Oh, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. And I've brought 2 pictures into this. They're actually known to drink each other's blood.
They are.
So I just thought it's very Halloween-esque. And as someone who doesn't like the horror genre, they satiate that small need I have. Like, they're scary enough that it just really, oh God, they really are scary enough. So the first one we have on the left is Zelda characters. He is very pale.
Sponsored by translucent powder.
Oh God, he's very, very pale.
They both are.
But you know what? She did such a great job. She looks great per usual.
See,
like
I'm
Megan
not
Fox
even
doesn't
looking at
disappoint
MGK.
me.
I'm only looking at Megan Fox.
I feel like I'm never really looking at him.
No.
Like, she is gorgeous, and it is another example of, like, how did he get her? Like, how did he do
Exactly. Yet another example of women taking off men on the market that needed to be removed.
She did God's work.
She did God's work. Yet
We salute you.
short-lived.
Short-lived.
As they did break up.
They're actually on a break, so I just want to quote Machine Gun Kelly when he says, "We're just 2 halves of the same soul." They are currently on a break now, but he did say this. I wonder if he still wears her blood around his neck.
This is a prime example of why we do not get tattoos of significant others'
No, we
names
don't.
on our bodies.
No, we don't.
And I'm sure he has more than 5.
Oh, I would round
venture to
numbers.
agree.
I would venture to agree. And on the right, we have Pamela Anderson and, oh God,
Tommy?
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
And this was very, like, culturally significant because that's when the documentary came out. So I think this was, like, well done. And also their dynamic as a couple, it does work since obviously you see the intensity, the disorder in the relationship. So it makes the costume work even more.
I would agree. I also love her as a blonde.
I love her as a blonde too.
Truly. As a blonde?
She makes it all work though.
Yes.
She does make it all work.
She does. I tried my hardest to only include one Kardashian Jenner in this presentation, but I could not skip over Kendall Jenner as Jessie from Toy Story.
How could you?
It's not right. Notice how this slide doesn't have any more words. I'm speechless. My mouth agape. I cannot. She did Cowboy Copper before Cowboy Copper did Cowboy Copper. She is Cowboy Copper.
She is Cowboy Copper.
Quite literally.
Cowgirl Copper.
Now, if they sell this costume at Spirit Halloween, I think you as a tall woman need to tap in.
Sydney Mae, for the tall community, I think I would. I have to represent, and wow, it's a lot out there. But I think she can pull off anything.
She truly can.
Yeah.
She could pull off anything. Some of her other Halloween costumes are wonderful as well, and I thought about putting them on there, but I think I will never forget when I woke up and I saw this on my Instagram feed.
You always remember. It's like, where were you when this happened?
Yes. Where were you when Kendall Jenner posed as Jessie from Toy Story? I will never forget.
Wow. What a culturally significant moment.
A culturally significant moment indeed.
Well, that's all we have for you today. But stay tuned for next week's episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To find out more about Etalk, visit elonstudenttv.org.